Hello everyone. Today I have got 3 novellas for you to read. Novellas are great because they are short, but these 3 are also very sharp, very bloodthirsty, and very terrifying. So when you don't have a lot of time to read a full-length novel, novellas they just fill that happy gap. I guess you can say. That's the way I put it. Because when I read horror, I'm in my happy place, you know. And these 3 you are going to love. I guarantee you. Well, maybe I can't guarantee you. Because, you know, everybody has different opinions. But still, you know what I'm saying. And as you know, I also have horror books for sale, including my novella Brookhaven, which is set in like a nursing home. It's a senior citizen horror novella, and others. And you can find all my books at the link in the description. And if you want to get all those for free, along with other books from other authors for free every month, check out my Patreon page. There's only one tier. You help support the channel and you get a lot of freebies. So check that out if you're interested. All right, let's get started. So the first book I want to talk about today is called Progyny. This is the latest release from Kenya Moss Dime. I reviewed some of her books on my channel earlier. You can check them out in my videos. But this one, oh man, this is like a cross, almost a cross between Rosemary's Baby and that movie Orphan, if you remember that movie. But it's got a big twist, a big event that happens in this novella that really takes it to another level. And it's about a woman, she has a child, but she dies during the birth of the child. And this child is now, I believe, 6 years old or something of that nature, and is being adopted by a family. But this kid is really, really creepy. And I love creepy kid stories. I just do. Because, let's face it, babies are kind of creepy. I know you look at them and you're like, oh, look at the baby. But I look at them and I think, you know, this is where I came from. I understand, but that still creeps me out just a little bit. Needless to say, I'm not a father. So the world's a much better place for that. But anyway, this kid is kind of creepy. He has a backpack filled with dead animal carcasses. He stares at people and it's just freaks him out, you know, because he has a dead-eyed stare to him. But they decide to adopt him. And this couple also has an older son. And the son is not too fond of this decision his parents have made. He doesn't like this kid. He doesn't want anything to do with him, but he's kind of forced on him. And throughout this novella, we're going to see how that relationship unfolds between the 2 siblings, you know, now siblings. And it's just, but like I said, at the end, it just goes off the rails, terrifying. I absolutely loved it. Was not expecting that. Like, I expected a little bit, but not that, if you know what I mean. And yes, definitely one you want to read. If you like creepy kids, this might be the creepiest kid you read about in a horror book. And yeah, I loved it. Highly recommend it. And there is a link in the description where you can pick up your copy. And next we have The Wee Ones. Yes, Daryl Hughes. This is a novella length book series. Each one is a novella length, but it tells the same story. This one, I'm doing this review for part 2, but of course you can purchase all of them at the link in the description. You'll see the series link under the Amazon page there, you know, at the bottom, and you can purchase all of them. But this one starts out with a horrific bang, because there's a team of 5 researchers who were in the deep, dark woods. And this book is set in Ireland, so it has some Irish folklore and legend mixed in. But they were out researching these deep, dark woods that have some ancient kind of ruins out there. But when this book starts out, they are all dead. And we follow the 2 homicide detectives and the forensic woman as they, very descriptively, this author did a great job of that, go through one body after the other and tells a tale of how they died. And it's not good. They were torn apart. It seems like an animal attack, except some of the things are really weird. Like, no animal would do that. And then they find handprints that look human on various things around the area. During the course of their investigation, they see a bunch of ornaments hanging from trees, and they see a blood spatter on one, so of course they have to take it down as part of their investigation. But the local constable, the local police in charge of that small town, comes up, and he is pissed off, like, put it back right now, what are you doing? Of course they explain, hey, we can't do that, this is a murder investigation, you know, we got 5 dead bodies. So he reluctantly agrees to let him take it, but he knows that this leads to something worse, because those ornaments are hanging on a tree for a reason. And if any one of them is disturbed or not placed correctly or taken away, it breaks the reason for those things hanging there. And in the woods, these ornaments protect the town from these things that live in the woods, the wee ones, small toddler-like creatures that have, you know, they seem skinny and small, but they're very, very agile. And they have claws and they have teeth, and they like to play with their food, which is, of course, human beings. And by taking down this ornament, they've broken this spell, or not spell really, but this protective barrier that stops these wee ones from getting out. And when the wee ones discover that they can now leave this wooded area out into the big world, all hell breaks loose. I mean, there is a lot of death, a lot of blood, a lot of gore once these things get out and start taking advantage of their new freedom. And you'll definitely want to read about it. I mean, this one is great. I can't wait to go back and I don't think I've read the first one yet. This one's part 2, but there's 4 books in the series, and I am going to read them all because, yeah, just that book alone got me so interested in the story and the setting. It's really creepy, it's terrifying, it's just brutal. I absolutely loved it, highly recommend it, and you can pick up your copy in the description. And next we have Snow Babies. Stephanie Sanders Jacob is a fantastic author, right? I've reviewed both of her novels on this channel before, Singing All the Way Up, and Pyramidia, with 2 totally different books in terms of tone and what they're about, but both just fantastic at what they do individually. And this, okay, I cheated a little bit. This one is a novelette, not quite a novella, but still perfect for this video. It's called Snow Babies, and yes, it is a Christmas horror story, but you can enjoy it any time of year. You don't have to wait till next Christmas to read it. You want to read it now. And it's about this this girl. She goes with her parents to her grandmother's house to celebrate Christmas with other relatives that are there. And her grandmother is at first seems like a very nice, kind grandmother type person, right? But her grandmother has this village, lighted village, you know, with miniature people and cars and trains and buildings, and she's very proud of it. But during the night this girl is there, she does something to this village accidentally. And it's not a big deal. Everybody says it's not a big deal, but her grandmother freaks out about it. Like she turns from a loving, caring grandmother into a raging, almost psychopath. You know, her grandmother freaks out because she calls these people in this lighted village she has, you know, these miniature people, she calls them her snow babies, and nobody is supposed to mess with the snow babies. But by doing so, this girl unintentionally unleashed something horrific, and you're gonna have to read it to find out, because if I say anything more about it, it's a shorter read. But if I say anything more about it, it's going to give too much away. You just have to see how this one turned out, because she has unleashed hell upon her entire family. It's a little bit comedic, although it does not lean toward the humor. But it's very bloody, very terrifying. And once these events start unfolding, this author just ramps it up and keeps it going all the way till the end. It's fantastic. I absolutely love this one. Like I said, it might be set on Christmas, but you can read it any time of year. No problem at all. And I do recommend that you do that, and there is a link in the description where you can purchase your copy. And as always, I want to say thank you for taking some of your time and spending it here with me. I really appreciate you guys. Happy New Year. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.